Hello, everybody. It's Monday and it's around 3 o'clock, and I'm excited. So many things, paper pumpkins, um, cards, and more. I want to show you how you can use, again, those pre-cut cards and make wonderful alternatives to the paper pumpkins and alternatives, I guess you could say, for the cards and more. Fancy folds is what it's all about. All right, we're going to go live in a few seconds. Well, hello, everyone. Renee here, and it's Stampin' Up. All right. So it's that kind of time, and I'm so excited to show you so many things today. It really is fun. So hopefully we are on. I see that we are live, and here we go with these ideas. All right. First of all, I started with cards and more and playing around with cards and more this weekend and the end of last week, and was able to make these kinds of cards by simply turning them inside out. All right. And then cutting it, and I'm going to show you how to do that with the paper pumpkin, and then tearing it. All right. So I will be showing you that. Very easy, very sweet. And of course, you can write back here. All right. So the next card that got me going was this slider card. And I do have a video on that. It is catching just a little bit. I have to work on that, but I did do a video on this, and you will be seeing it later this week. So I did do a live on this one. All right. So having done that with the cards and more, okay, I went ahead and had my class this weekend, and we've got a new March paper pumpkin, which is just beautiful. And so I decided to make a slider card for that. It's just as easy, whether you do cards and more, or if you do the paper pumpkins, it's the same concept, and it works so beautifully. Here you can see just the elements of that, except I did use some other card stock. That is true. All right. And that's okay. All right. So that was that one. It's just lovely. And then I went ahead and did this one thanks to Rachel Tessman. She came up with some great ideas and alternative cards. I did do the cutout for her instructions, and then it was a little white for me. So I went ahead and I will show you, I do this a lot with the leftover pieces from the kit. You can always take those leftover pieces that you have and go ahead. And all I did is, once I have the blank space, all I did, like with this one, you have the blank space, you put it on there. And of course, I use these great brushes. These really make a difference. And I go ahead and I will be showing you some of that. But this set, if this set is amazing. The March sets, as I said before, are always worth getting. If you only get a few, March is one of them that you should not miss. And so we're going to also be talking about this card. All right. So the first thing I want to show you, and I'm going to be using, which is going to be interesting, I'm going to be using some other sets to do this. And not only am I going to be using the March set, but I'm going to be using the February set. I think I'm going to have to quickly go close my door because my wonderful animals are having fun. You can see probably, oh, you can't see because you're looking down, but Augie's with me, but the other ones are not. So this, what I did here, and I'm going to show you this, what I did here is, this is from this March's paper pumpkin. And I went ahead and turned it inside out, just like that. Then I took my machine and I cut the rectangle out per the directions of Rachel Tessman. Then I went ahead and tore the rest. And I'm going to show you how to do that. All right, so I'm going to make another card using the Safari Paper Pumpkin of February. And because I'm going to be going ahead and doing that, I'm going to show you how I did that card so you can see. There's so much to show you today, and it's also very, very exciting. So the first thing here that we're going to do, I'm going to just put that in there. Go ahead and do that. And what I'm going to do now with that March paper pumpkin, I did turn it inside out. I do not plan to do that for this one. Okay, so I am going to use the correct side, but I'm going to show you how to cut that so you can see how easy it is to make these cuts. First of all, you go over to the right 1 inch, and then you start at the 1 inch. And you're doing everything 1 inch. So I'm going over 1 inch, and I'm starting at 1 inch. I'm going to have to stand up to make sure that I'm getting this. And then I'm going to go ahead and go to 4 1/2, because this is 5 1/2 long. All right. So I stop 1 inch before. Then I turn it around and I take it to the inch right there. Take it to the inch. Then I'm going to go to the inch again up here, right there. And then now, since this is only 4 1/4, I'm only going to go down to 3 1/4 here. To make sure I'm doing that right. Okay. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over again. And this time I'm going to go over, I'm going to do it this way, I believe. I'm going to go over 1 inch. How did I do that? I think what I did is, yes, that one. Then I have to remember that way. And then I thought, yeah, I went from here. See you can tell the, oh no, this is, okay. This is 4 1/4 long. So all I have to do is go to 3 1/4 here. Just go to 3 1/4, that inside, that from the inside, 3 1/4. And then all I do is I go to that inch. I can see where that marking is. And then I'm going to go down again to what? 4 1/2, because this is 5 1/2 long. So that would be my inch. So there you go there. Then the last cut, I just take it and turn it inside out and go to, again, the 1 inch. But here I can already see on this side, I can see with this line where my cut is. So I can take that down. And then I'm just going to go to now 3 1/4, because it's 4 1/4 long. And there you go. A lot of times you can feel it connect. And then there is my hole. And that's all I have to do. And then I have my hole, just like I did for this card that I'm going to be making. I just wanted to show you. And now I have this piece, which is great. And I can use this piece. And you'll see later how I use that piece. So what I'm going to show you next is how I tear it. So the next part is, when you tear it, you want to make sure that you start, and I'm going to tear it on a different one because I don't want that one torn. I think I decided that I did not want it torn, so I won't. But all you do is you're going to go ahead and you do hold it, kind of hold it. And you saw that I started it off with with a little cut on the edge. This is not supposed to be even, so you're good to go. Just hold it on your edge. Oh, don't go too fast. That's why I didn't do it on the, you can't go too fast and too low. Okay, we'll pretend I didn't do that. And then all you do is tear around. Just go slow. I'm going fast because it's the video, so I don't take up too much of your time. But basically all you're doing is tearing it, and you see I'm tearing it upwards. Okay, you can tear it downwards. It gives you a different effect. You can decide which you prefer, down or up, does not matter. And then you are done with your, now I could actually fix that because I could put something down here if I wanted to, and I could still use that. But basically that's all you're doing for the tear. Okay, so that is the tearing system. And as you can see, when I go slowly, I'm just fine. And that's what this did, is you do have to go slowly when you do that. You can't, for me, I can't yet be on camera as quickly. So what I'm going to do with this one is I had decided that what I liked was this greenery right here. Once that's done and torn, all we're going to do now is glue. Now, I had decided that I was going to put this green piece, which comes from the kit, all right, and glue it on. And I'm just going to put the glue here because I know exactly where it stops and ends, and I don't have to worry about putting the glue on the wrong part of my paper. And so I'm just going to go like that. Okay, and I put one of their embellishments right here. I mean, there's stuff, this whole kit is just gorgeous. All right, so that goes there. Then what I did is I went ahead, and they have a long label, and I did not want the entire label, so I cut the label so it would just fit the little note. And I put that right about here. Now, of course, we can use dimensionals for that, which they provided in the kit. Now, I am not, it is true, I'm not showing you the kit, and that is because there are many people that have shown it out there, and I wanted to more show you these kinds of alternate cards for this kit, which are great. And, you know, various people are doing the cutouts and doing different things with those cutouts. Now I'm going to bring that a little bit lower, just right here, because it's just going to be a little note like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to glue the sun right here. I'm going to bring it a little low. All right. And so to do that, as I usually do, people use sponges and all kinds of things that they use. I'm going to go ahead and just put a little bit of glue in the heavier spots. And I just kind of look that I don't put too much down, and to kind of get it all over. And then the thing with these is that once you lay it down, don't change it, because when you do, you'll see glue everywhere. So my sun is there. I am going to put my grass that is from the kit right here. And again, here, I just put a little bit, try not to get too much on here, because it'll ooze out. And that's all I need. And of course, I did not want glue all over it. I want glue on this side, and I put it on the wrong side, which is not very cool. So I have to wipe that off, which is fairly easy, actually. Believe it or not, that's good. I'm using this glue. I'm pretty excited with this because I'm going to show you two different cards just going to do this one side because that's the only side I want. So all I do is glue this side because that's the side I want. And I actually put that right here all the way to the corner and down here. I did like the weeds coming up. Usually I don't like to see the stems, but I thought these looked very nice. All right. And then what I did is I did a cloud. All right. So I did a little cloud here. And what, of course, I used is the dauber. And I used the polished pink ink. And I simply went ahead and I do the edges. And then after the edges and it's lighter, I did a little bit of that. And I did the blue that came with the kit. So definitely I used the Misty Moonlight and daubered that on as well. And then just went ahead. You dauber that on, go through the edges and then a little bit on the inside, and that's all you need to do. So once that is done, all I'm going to do is I felt like these were the clouds. I wanted the cloud over the sun. I thought that was kind of cool. And so I am not going to, I can use that side. I did both sides. And I actually think I like that side better because I think it blends better. And then I'm going to put that right over there, right on here, just like that. And there's my card. And again, with these cards, all right, what happens is you can go ahead and write on the back. Now here I see it a little bit torn, right? And some of the things that I have done, okay, and I will do now, and I'll show you that daubering effect, which really works nicely. I do have to be light-handed. That is one thing. And so to be light-handed, I want to make sure that I'm not too dark because I don't want to go on the other side. What I have done here is, I should have checked that back beforehand, but all I do is you see here, and I just don't want to be too dark. And this is okay because this was already blue. So that's okay. And that's okay. Now here, you can blue this. And then what I do to give it, like I did the other one, I go ahead. Now this part, and I don't mean it to be, I don't need it to be, and I don't want it to be, it's artistic as it is here. I don't want it to be even. So you don't have to worry. It's not about it being even. And so now, once that is done, you have your picture and it's just wonderful. All right. And I could have, if you don't like those parts, you can easily tear them off beforehand, but I don't mind because it gives it character. So I just find that that's the way that works, but I do like it very much. All right, so there's that one. So the next one that I have for you, which is really fun. All right. Let's not put the glue cap on that. Okay, is the next card I wanted to show you was the slider card. I believe, oh no, the window card. That's the one I wanted to show, the window card. I do have the slider card. So the window card, again, this one, I just cut the front just like that. Okay, I am not going to tear it. I'm going to leave it like that. And what I did, and I'm going to show you how I do this, I made a little bunny. And he's going to come right in here, right like this. And he can get glued, actually he can get glued on right here if we like, all right? And then in the background, what I did is I put a little sunset. Now, what I did with this, and we can simply go ahead and do something like this and like this, all right? This actually comes from, all right? This actually comes from that February, all right, paper pumpkin kit. This comes from our March paper pumpkin kit. And so all I would do here is simply go ahead and put him on. I might put this on, I might put some ribbon on, you know how I am, but I probably will put him right here, then that right there. And I think he is so cute, but I'm going to put that right here. Again, I'm just going to put the glue here because I don't want to, I really don't want it to have glue on the back. So that's right there. Then I am going to pop up the Easter greetings. Right here. This circle is from the February paper pumpkin, just like the paper is. So you see here, you can mix and match your paper pumpkins, which is great. I wanted to put that right in that gully, but not quite, because I gotta go right here a little bit higher so that the ears miss my Happy Easter. Let me see here, it's gonna go right here. So it's gonna go right there. Yeah, that's where it goes, right there. Perfect. So right there. Yes. All right, and then you're gonna have your little Happy Easter. And then I can take my little butterflies and put my little butterflies in here, but this is just great. All right, this is just great. And so all I'm gonna do is take this and go ahead and glue this down. So when you do the cards and more, let's say that you go ahead and you say, well, I want to do the cards and more, excuse me for my head. I want to do the cards and more instead of the paper pumpkin like this. Well, what is the difference? Well, I'm still going to go an inch over, but now what I'm going to do is, since it's 6 1/4, I'll go to 5 1/4. I'll start at 1 and go to 5 1/4. This is the same width, so it should be exactly the same. So that should not be a problem at all. Okay, so so know that. So look, you have a cute little Easter card. All right, let me show you how to make this bunny. All right, and so let's see if I have some paper to make the bunny. I should have, well, that's the paper. Let's go ahead and show you how to make this wonderful bunny. Here is your paper. I'm going to make this one out of the pink. I am going to use the pink. I can do that. Sorry for my reach. I have the pink right here. I'm going to show you how that works. So I'm using the flower, the beautiful extra flower. And I'm going to go ahead and you can use, and I'm going to show you, well, I'm going to show you 2 of them. So that'll make it easier so you can see the difference. So I'm going to do 2 of them. And you see I'm using the dauber. You see, now I'm going to go ahead and stamp this upside down. So this is going this way, my card. So what I want to do here is I'd put him right here, for example. I can put him right here, my little rabbit. And I did that part. Now I can do a different flower on this petal of the flower on this one. Okay, I could go ahead, instead of doing that one, I could do this one. A little different. And he'll come out, or she'll come out a little different. I think it might be the same one that I used. If it is, I'll just go to the other side. That's that one. I think it is the same one. It's this one I'm supposed to use. I like that one so much because it reminds me of a little girl in a dress. So that's why I always go to that one. So it's this one. You can go the other petal. Just go all the way to the top. Do your little daubers. And hopefully this is a different one. But if it's the same one, I think it is. I think it is. That's hilarious. Okay, guys, I've got to do this different. No, I think it was the other one. I think it was. We'll see. Maybe it's one and half of the same. There you go. You got to do them upside down. Yeah. And then the other one would be right here. It's this one. Yeah, they're pretty much the same. I'm doing them backwards. I'm going to see if I can't wipe that off and see if that doesn't, they probably are very similar. They're very similar. There's not much difference between those two petals. I thought there was more of a difference. There really isn't. So those two main petals is what I do. And then what you do is you go ahead and you take, I thought they were a little more different, but they really aren't. I'm going to take the little circle from this wonderful stamp set. All right. And then there's a little like indentation, and I make sure that that indentation is going upwards to the right. You'll see, just like that. All right. So when I do that, I just make sure that that little indentation goes that way. All right. So we'll go here, put that head on just like that. It's a little darker, but that's okay. Should have daubered it on. There you go. Now the ears, I take this one right here. I take this one right here. Those are your ears. And look how cute. Then you think you're done, but you can put little feet on. You can put little feet on. I take the two smaller ones. So you have this 3 petal. I just take those 2. Then I put the feet on. And even though they're a little bit different in size, they pretty much come out the same. They're so cute. And as you saw, I just cut it out. All right. And each time they come out differently, but they are just so, so cute. And just go like that. Go like that. And then go ahead and do your ears. And you've got your rabbits, might as well make a few. And just too cute for words. So there is your rabbit. All right. And you can cut them out and have fun with them. All right. So I did want to show you that great little thing. All right. And I lost, see here, I just lost my little feet. There it is. We're all good. We're all good. All right. So now, next, we're going to wipe that off. Make sure we don't have any ink anywhere so we don't mess up anything. And there you go. So that's how that little guy was made. Then you see his little feet there. Little head looks like it's going down. Each time it's a little different. You have to play with the circle a little bit. Sometimes it works better than other times, and you just have to be willing to play until you get exactly what you want. I do want to show you another card that I made. This one was also very sweet, that has that little bunny in there. So cute. So each time you can see it's a little different. All right. And that was another card that was made. All right. So we have that. We have this one, and you can see how that's cut. And you can see that all you do is glue these on, put your little label on wherever you would like it, and you're set to go. All right. So that's those. I did show you how to do the slider card in the video that I am going to show you by the end of this week. And the slider card that I presented, it was going to be, it's where you use a 1-inch circle that you cut out here. So you just put it in with your 1-inch circle and go upside down and just halfway and just click it. And so you can use a little circle punch for that. And that works real well. I can show you that with a bigger punch just so that you get the idea. So basically what you're doing is you're going in here and you're just going ahead and cutting that off. That's all. You could also find the center of your front and then go ahead and go a 1/2 inch down, make a point, and then go a 1/2 inch on each side and make a V. You can do that as well. It's however you want to go ahead. If you want to cut it out, another easy way to do it, and how I did it with this card, was I just punched a hole, and then since it had the ribbon, we used the ribbon. Now there's a few things I want to talk about the mechanism and how you can improve your mechanism when you do these, because these are not very heavy. So since they're not that cardstock from those punch outs from the paper pumpkins are not very heavy. So I wanted to discuss some of the things that you will do that's different. All right. First of all, on any of the cards, just as cards and more, you're going to go 1/4 inch in and score, and then you're going to cut 1/4 inch. And please check into the video, and I will link you to it to show you how to make it. And then you will fold this over, okay? And then you use tear and tape to close it eventually. Once that is done, that usually means that that width is about 3 3/4 now. So your slide should not be more than 3.5 inches wide. It can be a little thinner if you want, but it should not be more than 3.5. Now with this one, I used a backing. You don't have to do that. And then 3.5 by 5 1/4, and then the white is 3 1/4 by 5. So you just go ahead and go down each time 1/4. But remember, your piece now, your opening for your slide out will only be 3 3/4 wide if you did that 1/4 inch score line to close it. The next thing is that will improve your mechanism is that when you do these, you might want to double up the backing. And so I used some white cardstock and I went ahead and glued some white cardstock to the back. This firms this piece up quite well, or you could double it. But I think using heavy basic white cardstock will do the trick. And then you make sure that that's glued on. With this one, I was going to use the February one since it's so cute. And mine is going to be a card where it goes this way versus running the other way. It makes no difference. You can run them either way. I was going to put, what I do to make that is I simply would take a piece of cardstock like this to firm it up. And then all I do is I simply cut this like this and like that. And now I have my piece and I can glue it on. And now this is firmer. All right. Then what I will do with this guy, since the elephant, I would use the elephant, is a lot bigger, taller, and we don't want it to interfere with our saying, as you'll see in that video. I'm going to put him as low as he will go. All right. And that'll be important. I will go ahead and attach it right here. I will go ahead and attach it right here to my mechanism. All right. My mechanism now, the best thing to do is this should be almost a 1/2 inch, just a little less. Then this is going to be a T. You're going to make a T out of this so that 2 dimensionals will fit on top. That's anywhere from 7/4 to 7/8 of an inch long. And it should be, I believe it's about, what is that? Let me see what that is. That is, let me get my ruler set. That is, yeah, a 1/2 inch wide for sure. Yeah, and 3/4, 7/8 long so that I can fit my 2 dimensionals on there. Now I can go ahead and stick that on there and it will be firmer. All right, so that's what I would do. Also, always stick your items on top, not in the back, so that it doesn't catch. Always has to be stuck on top. So this slider would be right here. This is what I was thinking of doing. And if you, I will be posting this on my Facebook page, Renee's Paper Crafts Business. And I will be posting it there. But you can go ahead and see it there, and then that'll slide up and down. Okay. And when that slides up and down, of course, the saying inside comes up. And that's all I was going to do with this card. Okay. So this is really cute. This will slide all the way up. And as this slides up, your saying will come out. And because you're pulling it and they're stuck together, and then you'll have your little saying and your little leaves. Now, I did want to show you one other thing, and that's how to do this. I mentioned this is a part that I did on the other card as well. And basically what you have to realize is that you are going to take, and this always happens, I don't get rid of the leftovers, never get rid of the leftover sheets, I guess the negatives. All right. And what I'm going to do is with those negatives, I'll use blue right now since that's my handy dandy dauber. What I do is I'm just going to take it and I'm just going to go ahead and dauber. Of course, when you do this, you can definitely be lighter, and you always have to test. You've seen that before. You always test before, and there you go. But even that looks really nice. And then you can do them in different colors and in different directions. So here's another one I would do. So I would take that, dauber that, and go ahead and go in there. And that is all you do. That is all you do. And you do that with all the negatives from the different kits. They work so well. And as you saw on my other card here, that's what I did for the leaves on the outside. I used this one right here. It's negative, and went ahead and did that. And here's my beautiful bird. She decided to, oh, my beautiful bird. She decided to come in. She got too tempted by all the paper. It was too close to her. She loves paper. All right. So that's what that is. All right. So as you see, as usual, I have an array of things here always. Always enjoying myself and very excited. I hope you enjoyed this live. If you are on my live on my Facebook, please remember to comment if you like it, or give me a heart if you like it. I'd really appreciate it. And obviously on YouTube, I do have a YouTube. Please like and please subscribe. I'm a mess, but I always enjoy it, and I love this to death. So you see, you don't have to be perfect, because by far I'm not. But it's a fun craft, and I enjoy sharing it with everyone so much. So please join me. I'll see you next Monday. Who knows what inspiration I will have again. All right. Know that I will post all of these cards on my Facebook page. Okay. All right. Bye-bye now, and see you later, everybody.